am a gender-fluid, trans, femme, pan-romantic, great ace, white-passing Japanese person.
I'm non-binary, and I feel like bun perfectly encapsulates the balance of my masculine and feminine characteristics.
Neurodivergent trans people don't owe you an explanation for their existence.
I am a white transmasculine femme non-binary, temporarily mostly able-bodied, neurodivergent, obsessive-compulsive, chronically ill, culturally Jewish, Unitarian Universalist, non-monogamous, demi-low romantic, gray demi-bisexual, survivor of acute and complex trauma, millennial.
During a gender reveal party, and no, I'm not pregnant, it's for myself. I'm non-binary.
Hello guys and gals and non-binary pals. You know, life isn't about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself.
And we can embody our genders in empowered acts of self-creation.
Queerness is an act of creation.
God made trans people for the same reason he made wheat but not bread.
And God created grapes but not wine.
So that humanity can share in the art of creation.
Asexual, demisexual, and cupiosexual.
Autosexual.
Aceflux.
Neuroqueer.
Gray sexuality.
Non-asexual aromantic. And allosexual aromantic.
Oh, actually, I'm gender fluid.
Oh, okay.
Meaning their gender sort of fluidly changes between masculine and feminine and agender.
God created trans people so that I could experience my own divine act of creation.
There is a gender identity that's similar to being a girl, but it's on a completely different plane from the binary gender of woman.
Gender flawn means that I live on the gender fluid spectrum, but I never identify as female.
I'm just not a man and just not a woman, but my gender is hard to define beyond that. It's just definitely queer.
I think that I would like validation for my gender identity.
Gender is a social construct. This is scientifically proven. Therefore, anything can be a gender because we made that shit up.
Hot take. All trans people are inherently people of faith. Because in order to realize you're trans, it requires seeing things that are unseen.
Being transgender is not a choice, it is a realization, and honestly, a somewhat spiritual one.
It's not with our eyes, but with our heart that we see we're trans. And so it is inherently an act of faith.
Today's affirmation is trans people are sacred.
Being trans is a beautiful, sacred thing God created.
And I think we generally in our society don't view transitions with the sacredness, any kind of transitions with the sacredness that we should. And trans people go through like a very powerful one.
My religion? Transgenderism.
God is non-binary.
Did you know that Allah is beyond gender?
Remember that God transcends gender.
God is trans. God is gender non-binary.
God is non-binary. God is queer. God is autistic.
I believe in the non-binary God whose pronouns are plural.
I need you to listen to your heart. Who does God say you are?
I believe that God is love, and my identity was discovered within that love.
Top surgery was part of God's plan for me.
I use they pronouns.
Hi, my name is Liana. I use they demon pronouns.
Do you see this person next to me? E is my friend.
Their name is Venus.
I heard Z runs a shop by Zer.
Their name is Ren. Z is gender fluid.
Me went to the market with near friends who love
and V also goes by they them pronouns.
Love that for Zen.
It didn't have to dress itself up for my party, but it looks great, so I'm not mad.
I just want to let Glint know that Thon is valid, that ver pronouns are valid.
It should be really proud of itself for trying on these new pronouns. I know I'm proud of it.
I love Demon very much, and I hope Demon loves Demon's self too.
That forgot that's M&M's.
It belongs to Frog. It's Frog's self.
Especially trans women are created in the image of God.
This is me in God's image. God made trans people.
I would pray to God and be like, give me one day as a woman. Let me experience what it's like for one day. And now look at me.
I'm not actually non-binary. I'm making it up for attention.
How do I know what pronouns to use for you and other gender fluid people? We all express them differently, but personally I express them through color-coded bracelet.
This does not feel like making it up for attention.
Now you're non-binary when you said last year you're transgendered?
Well, yeah, at first I thought that was my only option. I didn't feel like the gender I was born with was my only gender, and non-binary people do fall under the transgender umbrella.
As you can see, my nipples have been removed from my body. Where they are, I don't know.
I am experiencing phantom nipple, or somebody has my nipples and they're pinching them and they won't let go.
Say if I only could make a deal with God, and I get in this swap of places, be running up that road, I'd be running up that hill, I'd be running up that building. Say if I only could.
Kavanaugh suggested the bill on trans care is tantamount to genocide. Immediately after, you can hear Senator Slama object to her wording.
Trying to deny what is going on is not going to be tolerated by me. We are witnessing a genocide.
Point of order. The Let Them Grow Act would prohibit anyone under 19 from receiving gender-altering procedures. The Sports and Spaces Act would prevent trans girls from participating in girls' sports.
I really wasn't prepared to do Genocide 101 today on this corner of the internet, but since you asked.
Up until yesterday, I worked at Blunt Pretzels. I asked the general manager to stand up for trans rights and against our genocide, and he laughed in my face.
By definition, we are witnessing a genocide of the American transgender community.
The legal steps that are currently being taken are the beginnings of a genocide against transgender people.
The constant aura of fear that conservatives are trying to build up around trans people in sports, in bathrooms, etc. is a clear manifestation of the 7th stage of genocide.
We are in stage 7 of genocide.
They're trying to kill them.
We are in the 7th level of genocide out of 10.
In a country that is in stage 8 of a trans genocide.
I am going to spend the next minute screaming.
They want us gone.
Because that is what is going on in here.
That's a genocide.
That is what the trans genocide in this country, in this city, has brought me to.
We've been talking about this, but no one is listening.
I realized more and more that you guys want to commit trans genocide.
Own policing trans people in an age of trans genocide when we are being hunted in public is inappropriate.
I hate what you've done to us!
Stop trans genocide.
I hate what you're doing to us!
If you are friends with, family with, acquainted with someone who is transphobic or even just slightly uncomfortable with the community, I need you to know that this genocide against us is your fault.
Because the greatest fear in my heart is that there won't be many more warnings. Stop trans genocide.
Imagine that!
And you don't care that Ron DeSantis is committing genocide against trans people.
But make no mistake, this is what they're trying to accomplish.
Stop trans genocide.
This is a trans genocide. Stop gaslighting people.
Is what is happening in the U.S. to trans people a form of genocide? Yes.
When you said, when I asked how you were doing, you said I'm upset just now. What is the most upsetting?
You and the other 3 gender therapists I've seen are, in my opinion, harmful charlatans, effectively.
Well, I'm very sorry that you feel this way.
And I feel like I've been hurt by you and by the other gender therapists who have allowed me to stay on this path for over 2 years. Caught up in this horrible mindset, which has robbed me of not only 2 years, but likely my fertility, has given me breasts, has worsened my health conditions. Well, it's just the truth. I mean, you've done nothing for me, except just allowed me to dance around in this delusion.
Depends on what kind of a delusion there's different delusions.
Like, for instance, thinking you're a woman when you're a man. How do you not consider that a delusion? I think that's heartless, honestly. Because I am delusional, and you're not going to help. It's your fault. It's all four of you. It's this whole profession. It's this whole thing. I am delusional, and you're not helping. Heart! You think I'm heart? Some people who are mentally ill need to know it's real.